many protests. The entire country was shaken. But do you think a lot has changed after that? So see, what people or what societies are doing now is bringing about a change, and that change has to be eventually just continuously you need to keep reminding that this is what it is, this is what it is. I think if you ask me personally, I don't know how that change is going to come, but I think it's a gradual process. It's a gradual process. You need to keep spreading that awareness till the time you reach that level of success. And I think the newer generations now, or the younger generations who will watch such shows, at least they will be brought up in a way that societies बढ़ती जा रही है, जो जैसे हो गए हैं वो, that is difficult to change maybe, but for the upcoming generations and all that, you need to keep spreading this awareness and keep spreading this knowledge so that they know.
Pankhuri, could you share something about your journey this far in acting and how it all started?
Absolutely. So I'm originally from Lucknow, and but I've stayed in Delhi primarily. I've also stayed in Chandigarh for about 7 years, and I've studied in St. Kabir, and I was staying in sector 43 that time. So yeah, I was always interested in the performing arts, always interested in theatre, and did a lot of theatre in school and college. So I was a part of the dramatic society in college. I'm a student of the Delhi University Hindu College.
That these both shows can be related out than historical and one. Specifically when we talk about the Qusoor and Amala, what was the most difficult part you faced on in the whole show?
See, every show comes with its own challenges. Whether you talk about Razia or Draupadi, these are all. What I'm really grateful about is that I've always gotten to play very substantial women characters. Whether it be Razia, which is historically very substantial, Draupadi, which is mythologically very substantial, and then Amala, which is socially very, very substantial and very coming of age in this particular day and age. Coming to your question, which is what is the most challenging part about playing this character, is that this is the story of a victim, and like I have said before, something जो हम एक्सपीरियंस कर चुके होते हैं वो दर्शाना एक बार आसान हो जाता है, जो हमने कभी एक्सपीरियंस ही नहीं किया वो दर्शाना इज द रियल चैलेंज, एंड उसको रियलिस्टिकली दर्शाना, बिकॉज ऐसा होता है विक्टिम्स के साथ. सो द एग्जांपल दैट आई वाज आल्सो गिविंग अदर पीपल इज दैट हम मार्केट में जा रहे हैं और कोई हमें ईव टीज कर दे तो कितना गुस्सा आता है, कोई मर्जी के बिना इतना भी छू ले या स्मार्ट एक्ट करे तो you know how angry you are, you want to stop and stab that person. This is into 1000. What Amala goes through is into 1000. So actually the major challenge was to portray that very realistic. Exactly the stages that a victim like this goes through. First the shock, then the denial, and then coming back to yourself and fighting for yourself. So that resolve. So there are so many shades that I think depicting all of them in true honesty is, I think, one of the major challenges. And on to lighter challenges, I think, was shooting in the Dharamshala in the cold, which was terribly cold. It was snowing, and it was there were hailstorms, and it was raining, so that was tough.
How was it like when you are into these films? How is it like?
So your life is inside the television, if I can call it, because when you're shooting for a daily soap and your show is telecasting, then we have 12-hour shifts, so as to say, which usually get extended if the show has to be telecasted and you don't have time. So the working hours are odd. They're not like any other industry where you're working, the corporate hours, because I've worked in the corporate, so it's not like a 9 to 5 like that. Definitely the hours that you put in are a lot. There has to be a lot of patience and persistence. But if you enjoy your craft, then I think you sail through all of it.
So now what are your future plans? What track of work you want to pursue or anything?
I haven't sort of decided that, or I think I've been blessed with the kind of characters that I have gotten to portray. I think the characters so far have chosen me, and I think in future also I believe a lot about women and their empowerment, so as to say. So I think in that way, अगर शो वहाँ पे रेलेवेंट, इंडिया में तो रेलेवेंट है ही, सोचिए वहाँ पे भी रेलेवेंट है तो वहाँ का भी सिनेरियो ऐसा ही होगा. वहाँ इस शो की वजह से वहाँ पे कितने लॉज हैं जो चेंज हुए हैं, रेप लॉज. And that show there, which is why it's such a big hit, because it's been able to, you know, motivate people and, you know, change their thinking. Not only there, the show is popular worldwide, and there are so many countries that, you know, that have really welcomed this show. So that means that, you know, circumstances are pretty much the same everywhere.
Okay, one thing you say, feeling of a victim that doesn't move with you, that's all how someone acts. And learning that or that feeling, you know, knowing about or getting into that scenario, is it all about just by workshop, by your director and by writers, or you have met some of the victims or some of the social workers who had met them? How does it go on? Is it on script only or is it on?
So as a part of the training procedure, we were made to meet a psychiatrist, practicing psychiatrist and a psychologist, basically who deals with victims like these in day-to-day life. You know, she practically lives with such victims. She understands what, you know. So we were made to have a long discussion with her, wherein she made us understand what their body language is, what their mental frame is, what their biggest fear is, or what do they actually want. You know, we were to exactly get into the psyche. You know, she also gave us statistics like that. More, I believe a lot in luck and destiny, because you know, life takes you from one zone to the other, and you never don't even get to know. Because I was working in a corporate, and I almost, you know, lost this thing because I had no contact with the industry. So I was like, "Arey, ab kahan? I'm turning older and older. How am I going to?" But then, you know, life has its own way of showing you things. So likewise, if films have to happen, films have to happen. I'm an actor, you know, by the end of it. Any medium of acting is good for me.
So you did theatre and a lot of film acting during your school, and then you got into corporate job, and then you back to acting. So was it a plan to become an actress, or you later realized that you wanted to, you know, step into this?
See, there's always a thought and a dream, but it's very difficult when you're staying in Delhi and you have no contact with the industry, so as to say, in Bombay. And when you're young, you're 19, 20, your parents wouldn't just let you go to Mumbai and just stay there like that, you know. So my parents, although they've been extremely supportive about whatever I thought and wanted to do, they said that, you know, you should get some experience in public dealing, go do your work, go do your job in IDC, understand public dealing, and then probably go. And obviously then the opportunities also have to come. You can't just go and stay in Bombay without any contacts. You're going to run out of your resources and your patience also. So I consider myself lucky and thank God for that.
टर्की के सर्कमस्टेंसेस से कैसे मैच करते हैं इंडिया? ये टर्की का
I think देखिए शो टर्की का है और biggest fear is, or what do they actually want? You know, we were to exactly get into the psyche. You know, she also gave us statistics like that. Most of the women who are raped are then married to their rapists. You know, in India. And what are the complications then that you know that follow? You know, if they are married to their rapist, mentally what all challenges they have to face, what all they have to go through, because they can't have a fulfilling married life because they are so scarred with that trauma, you know. So all those things she was mentioning to us, which is also what you are going to see in this show further on, because Amala is also married to her rapist. So then that is going to be interesting. I'm not going to reveal too much, but then yeah.
Then if you are saying the psychology and the fear, let's just have a, what's your personally fear resolve? Thing that
The thing that I fear in life generally, I thought about this a few days back, and I think I fear wrongdoing. As a person, I believe in the rights and wrongs, you know, sometimes very conveniently also. But in general, I fear wrongdoing, you know, doing wrong to anybody, or morally or ethically.